We had only driven a kilometer when the engine suddenly starts coughing. What's happening? The strange noises wake up Francisco, who looks extremely confused. The engine is breaking down. He screams, his eyes wide open. Is this the result of our burnout attempts and the merciless driving style that we have maintained throughout the entire journey? Many racing drivers had to come to terms with engine failure, but what happens next is a disaster, the absolute nightmare of any motorsport enthusiast. Flames shoot out from under the hood, blocking our view. Confused screaming, this terrible coughing again and again. "Holy shit," he yells. I turn the steering wheel and stand on the brakes. He lies down on the seat next to me and with death in his eyes is stretching all his limbs to stay away from the flames. We come to a screeching halt, throw open the doors and jump out. "The flag!" he shouts, and with his hands over his head climbs back into the car. With the flag under his shirt he comes rolling out. "Damn, the grass!" I scream, and this devil throws himself back into the car. After he also saved the marijuana, and I manage to put out the flames by hitting him, we stand there to watch in disbelief as in this mild summer night our beloved car goes up in flames. Without even taking his foot off the pedal, the snob from before shoots past us. Revenge, I read in Francisco's eyes, as he looks after his lights and the tear rolls down his cheek. He could have at least given us a ride. He says, in a quiet voice, takes out his cock and pisses in the middle of the highway. "Damn pig," he screams, with his teeth clenched. He squeezes out the urine with such force that I take a step back. Our car is ablaze. Small explosions keep illuminating our faces. It turns out that I tanked up with gasoline instead of diesel, and since the engine, like the side mirror that was once glued on, was not standard, we can consider ourselves lucky to have survived this fiasco. The flame could have also eaten its way back into the tank via the injection nozzle. In that case, we would have simply exploded, considering the 45 liters that I put in while complaining about the petrol prices. We sit on the hard shoulder and smoke a joint. The mood is messed up, and it's suddenly no longer certain whether we will reach our goal or not. I threw my t-shirt onto the back seat in the afternoon heat, so I put the flag around my shoulders. The wind keeps strengthening the flames. "Pah!" he screams. "A European patriot." The fire has burned through the wall of the tank, and the main detonation follows, tearing the vehicle into 1,000 pieces. The pieces fly over our heads, and a column of fire rises into the night sky. "That's it for our dream," he says indifferently and blows the smoke through his nose. "The European dream dies on a motorway," he says, gets up and goes back towards the gas station. I run after him, trying to find the right words, but what do you say at a moment like this? Nothing positive comes to mind about this situation, except for the fact that we survived. "Do you understand these people?" he suddenly asks me. "That fancy guy from before?" I ask. "No, not that one, the people who invented it." "The people who invented money. The guy in the black car is not the problem. The rich people are not to blame for why things are the way they are in this world. In our belief of being separate individuals, we look at what we own as an expansion of ourselves. By buying something, we remove the otherness from that object and call it our own. Based on the misunderstanding that we are separate individuals, it is the hopeless attempt of reuniting with the world that led to the system of capitalism. If I had to put the dream that is currently dying in this inferno behind us into words, I would say it's about the liberation of humanity. Back at the gas station, he orders 2 espressi and desperately tries to explain what just happened out there. We lean on a bar table and sip our coffee. We'll get along better without this car anyway. I don't have to worry about insurance and gas prices anymore. Where does this optimism suddenly come from, I ask myself. The less you have, the freer you are. A bottle of white wine, a can of sardines, and half a baguette, that's all you need to love life. Yes, I'm almost grateful that this fucking thing exploded. A strange twitch of his eyebrow makes me doubt his claims. Is he going nuts now? The guy who works there keeps looking suspiciously in our direction. Venice, how far? Francisco asks him with that sparkle in his eyes. One can tell that this man is afraid. Of course, our appearance isn't exactly neat, but he really doesn't need to be afraid. I want to calm him down and approach him cautiously, which doesn't make things any better. It seems like he's trying to grab something from under the counter, and before he shoots me in the face or pushes a button that would lead to another encounter with law enforcement, I suggest leaving. Yes, let's go. This guy is crazy, he agrees. Let's lie down for a bit. If we continue this dream tomorrow, we should be well rested. I'm glad he came to his senses by himself. He's not someone who believes in nice-sounding words, and if he doesn't see meaning in something, no one will be able to talk him into it. We lie down behind the gas station. The crickets are chirping in the fields, and it's surprisingly quiet considering we are right next to a highway. While he's already asleep, I'm kept awake by my head and the coffee that I, for God's sake, shouldn't have drunk earlier. One can't spend the trip anywhere else but in the here and now. Because of the constantly changing impressions and situations, one can't help but give the moment one's full attention. What thoughts do I lose myself in when I'm in my usual environment, which, if I'm honest, is shockingly narrow? When I'm not preoccupied with my past, it's the future that worries me. The day will come when I will die, and just before I close my eyes forever, I will regret not having used them more often for the beauty of the present moment. I want to die now to fully embrace my second chance. Nothing holds me down anymore. My determination is driving me nuts. I stroll across the parking lot to keep my feet in motion. A biker zooms past on the empty highway. Dream and reality merge, and I wonder how long she will wait. I see the gas station attendant bidding his time inside and want to pull him out. We have to move on. I walk over to the guardrail and look in the direction from where we came. What is that, I wonder? Like a swarm of fireflies, headlights dance in the distance. A deep rumble gives me goosebumps. These lights come closer and closer. My curiosity is stronger than my instinct to flee. Another biker zooms past with unimaginable speed, closely followed by another.